Hey everyone, it's Little Nemo. Okay, I have another video for you today, and I know I look a little weird. I put my hair up. It's kind of, well, it's getting cold here in Arizona, but when you start putting the heater on and everything like that, it starts getting a little hot. But anyway, that's not what I'm here. For those of you that know, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, any of my social medias or anything like that, know that I am a type 1 diabetic, and I've also done a video called Stupid Shit People Say to Diabetics, and if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll try and put the link down below. Pretty funny video, and it's pretty truthful. There was a Draw My Life video, and I'll try and put her link. It's from this girl. Her channel is Made You Look, and she has another vlog channel called Made You Look Twice. She's a diabetic, and she's a makeup artist, and she also has her own line of makeup cosmetics and makeup brushes, and I will try and put her links down below. I forget what her name is, but she is amazing. You need to go check her out. So anyway, she did this Draw My Life, My Diagnosis, and I thought I would do something similar to that, but even though I'm a makeup artist and everything like that, I can't really draw, if that makes any sense. Sorry, the light. I know I have no makeup on or anything. Yeah, but anyway, so I thought I would do kind of like my life in pictures. And I'm going to show you a lot of like my school pictures, because you can see how my face and everything evolved and changed. Okay, so when I was little, I was born October 25th, and you can see pictures. That was me in my communion dress. That one. Pictures. That's when I was younger. That was before, up until the age of 3. I was a normal kid. I did everything normal. I had nothing wrong with me. And all was just fine and dandy. I looked forward to school. Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of my family. I don't really want to show them on here. This was preschool, and I had to go, I went early because I went to a private, like, Baptist school. I don't want to show any information on there, and I don't know how well you can see. I was 3 years old in these pictures, so, yeah, pretty interesting, fun stuff. Then, when I was about 5, hold on, let me see if I can find the pictures, yeah. When I was about 5 years old, I got sick with something that felt like the flu. And it actually wasn't the flu. Well, we didn't know at the time because this was in 1994, 95. Sorry, the cats are like going crazy in the background. Sorry, I'm really dehydrated. Anyway, so in about summer of 94, beginning of fall of 95. Wait, fall of 94, beginning of 95, somewhere in there. I got something that felt like the flu. We went to the doctor. He didn't exactly know what was going on, gave me the flu shot, and sent me home. A couple days later, I was just getting worse and worse and worse, and the only thing I really remember about that is we went to my grandma's house because my mom was freaking out. She didn't know what to do. I basically looked like I was on my deathbed. And my grandma basically cussed out my mom and told her, you take her to the effing hospital right now. Call the doctor up and tell him to get the bed ready. We went to a hospital that's about 30 minutes away from here because we live in such a small town. And it turned out I had type 1 diabetes. Juvenile type 1 diabetes. By the time we got to the hospital, I was literally on my deathbed. If I would have gone maybe one more day, I wouldn't have made it. If I would have made it, I would have had severe brain damage or something of that. So, they finally figured out that I had diabetes and put me on an insulin regimen. Now, I was a perfectly healthy, almost kind of skinny little kid. I had a little bit of chunk, but then I got fatter. and that was because of the insulin. Now that's a 5-year-old, and I didn't like having diabetes. I mean, I'm in the 1st grade. I didn't like having diabetes. You know, excuse me. I didn't like having diabetes. You know, you're 5 years old, you go to the school parties and things like that, and you can't eat any of the cakes or ice cream or drink any of the soda or punches or anything like that, you know. You can't be a normal kid. There's just no way. You have a hard time accepting a lot of things. I had to check my sugar once every 2 hours, and so I was doing my sugars anywhere 10 to 15 times a day as a kid, and taking shots after shot after shot of insulin 4 to 5 times a day. And as a 5-year-old, trying to have your parents explain that to you is not something fun, and you feel like you're just getting picked on. And you do when you're a kid, because a lot of people think you're strange. They get mad and jealous at you because you're eating snacks in front of everyone else in the middle of class. And I didn't want to eat snacks in front of the middle of class. I didn't want to. I've had this ongoing love-hate relationship with food for a long time. A really long time. So, there was that. Then, it was 1st grade. I'm starting to lose a little bit of the weight, but not a whole bunch. See, my cheeks kind of thinned out. I'm kind of losing that double chin. And so it was okay. My cats are being so annoying. I don't know why I decided to do this now. They're just not wanting to cooperate. Then the diabetes started getting worse, and I couldn't understand. I was getting sick again. I was missing a lot of school, and I really didn't want to. And you can see in that picture, my face is thinning out again. That was also when I had braces. I was getting braces. I was missing a lot of school. I was getting sick again. And, you know, my family didn't exactly understand diabetes at the time. I didn't understand diabetes at the time. I didn't want to understand diabetes at the time. Then in the 4th grade, tragedy really struck me hard, and it was horrible. My hair started falling out, and I had really long hair. I had my hair down probably to my waist, and I'm only 5'2", so I had a lot of hair, and it was thick too. But because of the diabetes and because of the malnutrition, because I wasn't getting enough food in my system, because I didn't want to eat, because everything was just making me sick, my hair started falling out really bad. I would do, like, you know, brush my hair like that and come out with just chunks of hair. I thought, you know, what in the world is going on? And that's when I had to cut it. And you can tell it's really short. It's above my ears. I was not happy with that haircut. I was so upset and so hurt. And a lot of people made fun of me. And I lost a lot of friends because they thought I was faking it. They didn't believe me for the longest time. You know, and no kid wants to go through that, going and being teased, and, you know, and I live in a small town as it is, so you either get teased because you're not the right religion, you're not the right color, you're not the right whatever. This town is so messed up that I live in. So, adding fuel to their fire wasn't very fun. And the funny part about it was is there was 2 other people, 2 boys, mind you, that were diabetic in school, and they never got made fun of. For some reason, I was the one that was picked on. I was made fun of for my weight, for my hair color, for my religion, for being Hispanic, for being a diabetic, for all this stuff. You know, I would have kids come up to me when we had parties and smush brownies and stuff in my face. And you know, it wasn't very fun. So then, in 5th grade, my hair started growing back. It's still kind of short. I mean, I begged my mom not to cut my hair anymore. I begged and pleaded and cried, and it just finally happened to the point where she stopped cutting my hair. Then I got sick again, really bad, in the 7th grade. And I had to hack off my hair again. And I was really mad because when you saw it there in the 5th grade, 5th, 6th grade, it finally come down to about here. And I had to cut it off again because it just got really sick again. And it was falling out again. So, and I know that's not a very common thing with most diabetics, but because, like I said, of the malnutrition, I just got really sick. And when you're, when you have malnutrition and you're not feeling very well, you lose a lot of calcium and vitamins and stuff like that in your body, which makes up your hair, your nails, all that stuff. But it was okay. Middle school was still really hellish up until about the freshman year of high school. Freshman year of high school was okay. I had a lot of friends then. It was pretty fun, but I was getting still pretty sick. I still didn't know why I was getting so sick. And it wasn't until years later I found out why, and I will get to that. Sophomore year was a little bit better. Junior and senior year, I think, were my best year, because it was fun. I only had to take a certain amount of classes and everything like that, and it was fine. So I graduated high school, went on to college, got my license in makeup, and have been doing it ever since. And now I'm going to school to be an EMT and a phlebotomist. Now, for those of you that don't know what a phlebotomist is ones that go in and draw your blood. We are the vampires of the emergency rooms, if you will. And the only reason I want to go into the medical field is because I know what it's like to be the human pincushion. My veins are so small in my hands, my wrists, anywhere. They actually have to get the person that does IVs for infants to come and draw blood on me. And sorry guys, I don't know why I'm so thirsty. So yeah, so then I got done with college, kind of. And stupid me, I got married at 19. And he didn't know how to take care of my diabetes. He didn't know how to do any of it. But he moved me to Texas, 2,000 miles away from anything or anyone I ever knew. No doctors. And that is the scariest thing you could ever live with as a diabetic. Then, let's see. I ended up getting with somebody else, and if you want to hear about that story, you should go watch my domestic violence video. Then, about 4 years ago, I want to say, I get a phone call. Was it 4 or 5 years? About 4 or 5 years ago, I get a phone call from my mother, and she's on the phone crying and bawling her eyes out. And I'm trying to calm her down, and I'm like, Mom, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's going on? She has type 2 diabetes. And I kind of sit on the phone, and I'm like, that's it? And she's like, what do you mean that's it? That's the worst thing that could ever happen to me. I was like, Mom, try sticking yourself 5 to 6 times a day with a needle just so you can live. And I kind of talked her down, and I made her realize that type 2 diabetes isn't as bad as type 1. It is bad in a sense that, you know, it sucks. You got to be more maintained with your diet and exercise regimes, whatever. And not as bad as type 1. Type 1 is a life or death situation. You have to closely monitor what you drink, what you eat, how many calories, how many carbs, your stress levels and everything like that. Now, I'm not a big social person. I prefer working from home and stuff like that. That's why I make YouTube videos for fun. I go on YouNow things and talk about that. You know, if I could work for radio or in radio, I totally would. I would love to have a job in radio, but sadly I just can't right now, because there's not a whole lot of radio stations out here where I live. So then I get another call like a year later, and it's my aunt. She's crying about the same thing too. She's got type 2 diabetes. And I'm like, what's wrong with you people? I would do anything to have type 1 diabetes, where I just have to take a pill every day instead of a shot, where I just have to watch where I eat instead of having to count every single carb and calorie and figuring out how much insulin I need to drop so that way I don't get sick and pass out somewhere. So I finally talked them down, calmed them down and everything like that. They're working on their diabetes. And another year passes, and I end up getting a gallbladder infection. Really bad. So bad to the point where I need to have surgery and get my gallbladder taken out. So I get the surgery done, and the doctor and the nurses are like all in awe of me. And I ask them, what's going on? Why are they looking at me like this? You know, yada, 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 yada. And they say, we don't even know how you were walking around or living for as long as you did, because your gallbladder was full of gallstones. Go figure. And they were asking me things like if I had ever been pregnant, and just all this random stuff. And I didn't know why, and they said the only reason a woman your age would ever get this many gallstones is because of pregnancies. And I have never been pregnant. So it was a miracle to them. So when someone tells you they have diabetes, don't take it as a joke, don't take it as anything. Because I don't know how many times we were in the ER, in the hospital, in the doctor's office, and they would turn to my mother and tell them, she's not going to make it past 12. From the time I was 4 or 5 years old up until the time I was 12, they kept saying, she's not going to make it past 12. She's not going to make it past 12. 12 years old came along. She's not going to make it past 16. 16 came along. She's not going to make it to C21. It's 2015 and I am 25 years old. I just turned 25 on October 25th. And I have to thank diabetes mostly for this, because it made me grow up fast. Yeah, I didn't have a normal childhood. I never had a normal childhood. But it did make me a stronger person, and it made me realize I could do so much more than what I thought I could ever do in life. It gave me discipline to know that, you know, life has ups, life has downs, but if you treat yourself right, you're going to be just fine. And, you know, some days I do wish that I could just kick diabetes ass and send it to the 7th circle of hell and tell it to stay there. But I know that's just a characteristic. I cannot talk tonight. What is wrong with me? That's just one more thing that adds to my character. Hold on. I'm so thirsty tonight. I don't know what is going on. So I know diabetes helped me become the person I am today, and I'm grateful for that. But I don't wish this upon anybody. So as I know this month is No Shave November, just to raise awareness for testicular cancer, I want you guys to remember that it's also, you know, Diabetes Awareness Month. So even though we don't have physical symptoms like testicular cancer or breast cancer or anything like that, just know that we're fighting internal battles every single day. I have to be worried about if I ate enough carbs or took too much insulin, or took enough insulin, and if I'm going to be able to wake up in the morning. That is a constant fear. My boyfriend Matt has to worry about the same thing too, if I'm even eating. He goes away and he has to make sure that I'm eating or that I get enough sleep, because stress is a big factor in managing diabetes. excuse me, sorry. A lot of people don't also know that diabetes can cause serious heart palpitations and strokes, and we could have a stroke while we're sleeping and not even know it. We can slip into diabetic comas because of too high blood sugars, too low blood sugars. So even though we don't show it, we are still fighting every single day just to live, just to breathe. We have to make sure that everything is okay. I mean, if you were to ever go, and maybe I'll videotape it one of these days, if you were to ever go to a doctor's appointment with a diabetic, they check everything head to toe. They do eye exams, ear exams, throat exams, nose exams, blood, all kinds of blood cultures exams. They check your feet, they check your heart, they check your lungs, they check your back, they check your liver and your kidneys and everything. And you're sitting there being poked and prodded for almost over an hour. And it's not really that fun. But I'm not going to say that diabetes is going to beat me. It never will beat me, because I know there's going to be a cure one day, and I'm very hopeful for a cure one day. So through the month of November, if you ever come across something that you think a diabetic would be inspired, I would love for you guys to use the hashtag #DiabeatThis, because there will be a cure one day, and I know there will be, and I'm so sure of it. And for those of you out there fighting diabetes, you know, we can do this. For those of you that are scared or just got diagnosed and have no clue what's going on, you can do this. Take it from somebody who wasn't supposed to live past 12 years old. You can do this. Alright? And I know this is another serious video, but this one had to be made because it is the beginning of November, and I need you guys to be aware that, like I said, even though it's Testicular Cancer Month too, No Shave November, it's also Diabetes Awareness Month. So break out your silver or gray ribbons with the little red on it, and I will talk to you guys later. Also, if you guys would like to make a donation to the American Diabetes Association, go to your local hospitals and see what you can do about doing that. I will try and have links to the websites to where you can make donations if you would like to. If not, that's okay. Just the fact if you wear a ribbon like that to spread awareness is good enough, because it gets people talking. So I love you all so, so much, and if you guys have any more questions about diabetes, about my story about diabetes, or just questions in general, just leave a comment down below. Get a hold of me on any of my social medias. If you like videos that are informative like this, give me a big thumbs up. I will try and inform you on different things. I am going to nursing school after all. But I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. And yeah. So, sorry this video was so long, but I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!